Hello friends, and welcome to another Wednesday Quickie from the Urban Homesteading channel. If today is the first time that you're visiting with us, we want to extend to you a very warm welcome and invite you to view any of our over 450 episodes that we have arranged for your convenience in playlists, as we are confident you're going to find something both educational and entertaining to view. If you have been here before and you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do subscribe. If today is your birthday, we want to extend you a very happy birthday. As many of you know, recently we've got into buying and refurbishing, refinishing, upscaling, what other term can we use? Upcycling furniture that we find in second-hand stores. And this here is an example. So in today's Wednesday Quickie, we are going to talk about how you select pieces that they have value in them, and how you can recognize if it is real wood or if it is something you should pass, right? What are the criteria? So stick around and we're going to give you all the tips and tricks. All right, folks, and this piece is a recent example of a find that we did. And I want first to tell you, this is the first criteria. You need to like the piece, right? Don't buy a piece thinking you're going to drastically change it and make it look fantastic. That will not happen, right? But if you start with a piece you like, you need to evaluate, does it worth it though, right? Because there are some pieces that they are very poorly made, that they don't use good material, they really don't worth your expense. And I don't remember how much this was purchased for. $55. Now, there is a small damage here. This is a very easy damage to fix. There is no piece missing, it's just that the paint is missing. So, if you plan to repaint it, and I don't think you do, right? I do. You do? If you plan to repaint it, simply use a little bit of wood putty or wood filler here, and with your finger make it, and we might make an episode for that, I don't know, and make it just look the same. It does look the same already, it just looks like the paint finish on this.
It's got a little roughness to it that I think the wood filler would smooth out, and so then it would make it ready for painting. Yeah.
Or if you don't want wood filler, because this is very, very tight, you know, it doesn't have damage, you can actually use wood glue and let it dry. That will smoothen it. Doesn't make sense? Okay. So something like that should not scare you away. That is an easy fix, right? Now, please don't do really silly things and paint this in a color that destroys it. We've seen that in people, right? I mean, again, it's your furniture. You do whatever you want with it, but this has a nice classic look. Very nice hardware, which we like. And in the store it was very wobbly, something that you see is not happening anymore, right? So usually you can fix wobbly furniture by attaching feet to them that allow you a little bit of flexibility, right?
Now those particular ones you have in your hand are a nail-in variety. The kind that were on this one had a screw in, but it's the same concept.
Right.
So the ones in there are now screws as well.
Well, and the screwing allows you to have a little more of a control, right?
You can screw or unscrew to balance the piece out.
So if the piece doesn't feel solid in the store, keep in mind a lot of those stores are not necessarily the perfect floors either. But even if the piece needs a little bit of work, that is an easy fix, right? With screw-on type, screw-on, or hammer in. Right. No jokes about this statements.
And again, they were only like $3, so don't pass up a. Are you still filming? Don't pass up a piece that you like because of a $3 fix.
But this is a very nice, elegant piece, as you can see, and it really can complement most any decor.
Now the door has a little bit of a gap here, so I think we need to make some adjustments to bring it up with the hinges, but we just haven't gotten to that yet.
Right, we found that the hinges are a little loose. A very, very minor thing. A screwdriver is all you need. And on a piece that is old, that is a common thing. I mean, you know.
I don't know how old this is, but
it's old enough.
It looks of a different vintage, but it's a little hard to tell.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to our next piece and show you a little more of tips and tricks on how to know when to buy something and know when not to buy something. Piece of furniture we bought in the same trip actually, and this is more modern in look, but again the hardware is in good shape. It has this handmade, I don't think it is handmade, but it has that hammer marks on it. It has nice little detail in the bottom, a nice detail here on the top. It is not wobbly right now, but we're going to put some feet to protect it. We're going to put these.
When we bought it, there were only 3 of the 4 feet on
Right.
it, so it was wobbly.
But again, wobbliness is not a problem. It has some wear and tear, as you can see here, and has a little bit of damage. Now, the thing that is important is a piece like this, while it looks nice, you need to keep in mind this is all overlays. These are all laminates, veneers. Now, the piece is made of wood, and we know that because of its weight when you lift it. But if you look here, this is the easiest way to see. You can see here it looks like it's 2 boards, but in reality they aren't.
She's got a focus there.
I know. Do you see it? There is no separation here. This is a straight piece, which shows you that this is a laminate, right?
You can move your finger. There we go.
But if you go on top, you can see that.
Right, it's made to look as if it is
Right, so
boards.
if this bothers you, it doesn't bother us. It's very well made, you know, and it definitely looks, it is a wood laminate, though it's not a plastic laminate like a lot of the cheap furniture have, right? But what does that mean is you cannot really go crazy with the sander on this thing, because you're going to lose all this nice detail that attracted us to that piece, right? So this has to be renewed with other methods. Do not go, and there are many ways to do it, and there are a few little details that we're going to work on, and I'm sure we'll make a video on that, right? We'll get with you about those things. So
You want to talk about the drawers too, about how they're more solid, so when you're looking for a piece.
well, yeah, I mean, you can see here, this is not cheap. It is plywood, but it is a very, very nice ply, actually. It is not the big store grade plywood, right?
It does have dovetails on the sides.
Yeah. So it has some details that, you know, it is not a designer piece per se, but it's not an entry-level cheap, let's put it together with cheap material kind of thing, right?
Right.
Well, what would you call this thing?
Well, that's
This is I want to call it a butterfly. In traditional woodworking is designed to make this, if that was a real joint, to make it really tight. So it has both a functional and a decorative
right. And
look.
so it's somewhat similar to the dovetails that we saw on the drawers. It's just a slightly different application.
And it shows how good a craftsman you are, because this has to be very precise to look good. And again, this is one of the things that did draw us to this. And in this side, it actually looks very good. The other side, it looks a little worse, but it is a very nice detail, right? And again, don't be afraid of laminates that they are wood laminates. I would not really buy a piece of laminate that it is actually, what do you want to say, plastic or a paper that has a adhesive backing on, right? Those are not good things. But this is a great piece of furniture, and I'm sure that it's going to be enjoyed for many years to come. And this is a nice entry level, if you want to get into making money in woodworking, going and finding things like that in yard sales or second-hand stores, and then refinishing them and reselling them is something that a lot of people do very successfully. So we're going to make an episode show you how we refinish those 2 pieces that we show you today. And we're going to close by showing you our favorite piece that we finished some time ago and show you how nicely it looks. So stick with us for just a few more moments. So I don't know how we want to do that.
You can't start walking.
And we're going to show you the furniture that we showed you on our video 3 weeks ago, and I'm going to put the card up here if you want to revisit that episode. But this is the piece of furniture that really, outwards, it didn't worth buying. It was really in rough shape, and it was smelly, and it took us a long time to rehab it. But when you look at it now, you could not have bought this for the money we put into it. But these require much more extensive work than either of the other 2 pieces we showed you. but still worth it because we bought it for like $5 or something.
$8.
$8,
But
yeah.
We just really loved the lines, and it was solid wood, which made a lot of difference.
So I hope you enjoyed this short episode for Wednesday. Another Wednesday quickie is down in the books, on the books, around the books, on the books. And if you did, please smash that like button.
If you did like it,
Yeah, if you did like it. So I hope you liked it. And if you did, smash that like button. If you didn't, don't smash any buttons. Share, like, subscribe, and let us know what you would like to see in our channel in future episodes. I cannot speak. Funer. Nothing wrong with Funer. Funer is good. From the Garage Wizard, Miss Wizard, Elpida, and the Urban Homesteading channel, we bid you a great week. Farewell, friends.